slideshow. Okay, so we are going to see you can see clearly we are having integer literals are stored at some predefined locations. Okay, so here in this topic we are going to see how the integers or the immutable data is being stored and how the mutable data is being stored. Okay, so integer, as we know, we have learned that integers are immutable. Is it not? Immutable. So how it is being stored? See, here in the program, if I have written like this, okay, list 1 is equal to 1 comma 3. List 1 is equal to 1 comma 3 and another variable created var is equal to 1. So var1 creates an integer and list 1 is being created with two values 1 and 3. Now the variable, this how it is pointing to the memory. Can you see this? See, in Python it is having a predefined locations for all the integers. Okay, so 0 is permanently stored in this memory location, which is being, as for example, it is being shown 148200. In this location, 0 is being stored. 1 is being stored in some other location. 2 is being stored in some other memory locations. Okay, so like this, it is being stored. Okay, it's not like you have when you create a variable, it creates a space and there you are storing 0. No. The variable is being created, it is having some memory location, but it will be pointing to this. Okay, so when you ask for ID of VAR, it will show only this, to which it is pointing. So here VAR is an integer which is pointing to, because you have written 1, so it will be pointing to the predefined location of 1 and which is 148216. So VAR's memory is this. Now when list is created, which is an mutable data, how the memory is created? See, list, when it is created, list is being stored in some memory location itself. See, it is being stored in some memory location and its value, it is storing 1 and 3. So 0th memory is storing 1 and the first index is storing 3. So it will be, the values is being pointed to this memory like this. See, it is being stored like this. Okay, now this is how the memory is being allocated. When you are writing these two statements in memory, it is happening like this. Now coming to the next. Okay, now what if I am going to change its value? I am changing both mutable and immutable. Both I am going to change. So immutable is the integer. So I have changed the variable 1 is equal to variable 1 minus 1. So variable 1 minus 1. So now the variable, because it was storing 0, isn't it? It was storing 1, sorry. So it will be changed to 0. Now what happens there? See, when you are changing the integer's value, now it is pointing to 0 and it will be showing the address. So when the value of an integer changes, its memory address also changes. Its memory address also got changed, which is not at all happening in any other programming languages. Okay. So this is how the memory is allocated in Python. Okay. Now what about the list? List is this is how happening for the immutable data. Okay. Now what happened to the list? See, list you have the same memory location, but only the values get changed. Isn't it? Values are changed. So now I am making as list of 0 is equal to 3. So list of list of 0 was initially 1. Now it is being changed to 3. So only the values memory address changes. Got it? It was initially pointing to 1. It is now pointing to 3. So, but the list's memory is not being changed. It is not changed. So this is the memory allocation which is happening. Okay. So immutable and mutable data, when normally we'll be doing like this, but you don't know what is really happening in the memory. So it is happening like this. Both mutable and immutable behaves differently in the memory accessing. Okay. Now coming to the next step, is it clear to you? Is it clear? Make it big also. Okay, so next we are going to see another example of passing the value. Okay, passing the value. So first what I am going to do is I am going to create a function. Okay, we are going to we'll do a program. Okay, I'm going to take a new, and we're going to write a function. Okay, try to write along with me so you'll understand better. Okay, I'm going to do passing an immutable, okay, immutable type value to a function. So we'll see how it is behaving when you are passing an immutable type to a function. Okay, I'm writing a function here. Function def my function 1, and I'm passing a here, colon, and inside the function I'm trying to print the value. Okay, print value of a, okay, value of a, comma a. Okay, so a is being printed. Next I am going to change the value which is being received. A is equal to a plus 2. Okay, then again after that I am going to print the a again here. Value after change, value of a after change. Okay, so it is a again I am printing after the change, and then that's only I am storing. Okay, now in the main part of the program I am declaring a variable num. Okay, num is equal to 3, and I'm asking to print the value, print, okay, value of num, which is num. I'm going to print. Then I'm calling the function my function 1, and I'm passing num. Okay, so I'm calling the function and I'm passing num. After the num is being passed, then it will be coming back, isn't it? After going there, after coming back from the function 1, my function 1, again I'm printing the value of num after function, after function call. Okay, after function call it is num. Okay, I will save it. Okay, I'm saving it as function. It's immutable, no? It's immutable. So immutable. Some function immutable. Immutable. Okay. Save the file and run it. Okay, what is happening here and how you got this result? Can you explain how it is coming here? Okay, initially we have num is equal to 3 and you are printing there. So this is actually printing the num value, and then this is the first output is of that. Then it is calling my function 1 and it is going there and it is printing the value. There you got the value, the num's value is being passed there and you are getting the value there. And you are changing a plus 2 and the value is being printed, and then the value a is also being changed there. But coming back, when you ask to print num, it is the old value. Okay, so this we'll see through the through the diagram. You will understand better. Now see here, this one. Okay, now num is being storing 3. So when you write that statement, okay, this is happening in the memory. You have num and it is pointing to 3 and which is 800. Okay, memory location is 800. Now when you are going to the function call statement, you will be creating a local environment. See, you will create a local environment which is different from global. So inside global, you are creating a different environment which is enclosed, okay, which is here. In this, you are creating a variable a. So there, that a is also having the same ID. ID means the memory location, and it is also pointing to 800. Okay, up to that it's fine. Now coming the next step, what you are going to do, you are changing the value of a. So when you are changing the value of a, it happens only to a. Okay, and it is changing to another memory location 5, because a is equal to a plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5, and the value of a changed, so it's pointing to the number will be changing, and then the address also changed. So it is 832 now. Okay, there is no changes happening in num and it is pointing to the old location only. Okay, so now coming back to the coming back to the main program, you will come in the global environment, and in the global environment you are asking to print num, so it is printing the 3 only. So this is what happening, isn't it? So that's what it is happening now. So that's what the last you will be getting the value as isn't it? This output you are getting, last value you are getting as 3 only. This one, you're getting the value 3. Okay, so this is clear because we have discussed this earlier also. Now coming to the mutable type, when you are passing mutable type. Okay, when you are coming to the mutable type, what is happening? Okay, next we are going to see when you are passing a list to a mutable type, what is happening. Okay, so for that also we are going to write another program. Okay, we will do another program here. File, new. Okay, writing another program for passing the list. So passing a mutable type to a function. Okay, so for that again def, I am taking another function my function 2, and here I am passing my list. It's a list being passed. Okay, and the function is being defined here. I am printing the list which is being passed. Okay, first I will print it when it is received, how it is there, how the list appears. Okay, so value of my list is my list. Okay, so my list is being, whatever received is being printed first, then I am changing my list here. Okay, so I am making my list. How will you change the value of a list? Suppose I want to change the first index, I'll do like this, isn't it? My list of 0 plus equals 2. So what does it mean? Change the value of my list 0 and add the value of the value to 2. So 2 is added up. Now I am asking to print its value. Okay, print value of my list after change. Okay, what it will print? My list. Okay, and then coming back to the main. So here first I have to create a list. Okay, I am creating a list. List 1 is equal to, I am making only one value here. Okay, so list 1 contains 1, and then I am going to print the list here again. Print value of list 1, value of list 1, which is list 1. Okay, list 1 is created and it is being printed. Now the function call I am going to do. So I will call, how will you call my function, and it is calling with the value list 1. Okay, list 1 is called. Now after list 1 is called, the changes whatever it will be happening, and then I am going to print value of list 1 after the function call. After the function call. Okay, after the function call it will be, I am printing it as list 1 again here after the function call. So this is the program. Okay, now we will be saving the file save it with the name function mutable. Okay, save the file and then run it. It's showing some error. Okay, here I have to call function 2. No, here it's function 2. Okay, file, save it and then run. Okay, see children, now the value is being changed. Got it? The value is being changed here. The list is being passed. The first list, when it comes here, you have list 1 which is being printed. This output, this printing is happening here. Okay, you printed 1. Then you are going to my list. Okay, here it is coming, and here my list is being printed, which is also 1. Then the changes you have made, that is 1 plus 2, which is 3 being stored in the first, then it is being printed as 3. Okay, and coming back also you are getting the same value in function list 1. Okay, now how the memory is being allocated for this? Okay, so see, it's okay, here in the program, in this one, it is being clearly shown. So first we have created a list 1. Okay, so when the list 1 is created, a memory allocation is happening for list 1 here, see, which is not in integers. When a mutable type is being created, okay, the list 1 is being stored in a memory location itself, first of all, which is like in here it is being shown as an example as suppose 25,000 is the memory ID for list 1 is being created, and that in that particular memory location, and another memory is being created which is pointing to 1. It's the first index because we have only one index. So one index, one value that will be pointing to 1. That is pointing because we have written list 1 is equal to 1, no, 1 element. So that is pointing to 1. Okay. Now with the value of list 1, it is passed, the function is passed to function 2. The list is being passed to function 2. So coming to function 2, again as in the previous case, when a function is being called, a memory allocation is happening, isn't it? The memory allocation for a different local environment is created here, and the list 1 is being given to my list. But here children, my list is pointing to the same memory location of list 1. Got it? So list 1, and now in my list, I am in the my list. Okay, this is a different list which is inside the function 2. Okay, but it is pointing to the same memory location. Now in the my list, I am going to change. The changes has been done here, and I am making it as 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, but what is happening, because the changes whatever you are making in my list, because it is pointing to the same memory location, the changes whatever you are doing in my list will be reflected in list 1 also. Okay, but in the previous case you can see, when you are making the changes in A, the memory itself is being changed. So that's why whatever changes you are going to make in A will be reflected in A only. It will not be reflected in num. But in here, since it is pointing to the same memory location, you have created a memory location and it is pointing there. The changes whatever you are going to make inside the local of a mutable type will be reflected back in the global. Okay, so that is the key point to understand. Now coming back to list 1, this will be removed. Okay, my list will not be further there. Actually it's not, when you are coming out, the scope is over. So there when you ask to print list 1, its value is changed, value will be reflected. And that's what we are getting the result as the changed value both in 3. Okay, so this is what happening in mutable type when you are changing. Okay, so up to this, is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Any doubts? Okay, it's there. This picture is already there in your textbook. It's very clearly showing, so you can go through after the class. You can take your Insumita Arora. It is there. Okay. Now we are going to see the next one. Okay, which is called is we are going to see the next program. Okay, of passing a mutable type in a function, and we are changing a parameter. When new parameter is being changed, a new value, when you are changing, what is happening there? Okay, so we will write a new program. Okay, file, taking a new program. Okay, new program. So here in the next program, to understand better these concepts, okay, here we are going to do one more program, which is we are assigning a parameter to a new value and see. Okay, so passing a mutable type, and along with that, what we are going to do? Assigning parameter to a new value or variable. New value or variable. Okay. So what is that? Now again we are going to declare a function def my function 4. I am going to make it as 4. My function 4. Okay, and my function 4 I am passing my list, and print the list here. Value of my list, which is being printed as my list. Okay. Now I am creating a new list here named as new, and I am making it as 3, 5. Okay, new list is being created here, and I am changing my list to new. So this is what we are doing. We are assigning a new parameter to this, new value to the parameter which is being passed. Okay, and then I am changing my list. Okay, I am changing my list. How we can change list? What are the inbuilt functions in list to change? If we want to add one more value to the my list, what is the function? You remember? What's the value? Append. Very good. Append, isn't it? Append. Using append, I am going to add a value to this, and then I am printing it. Okay, print value of my list after change. Okay, I am printing my list here. My list. Okay, so this is the function, and then we are coming to the main part, section or the global part. I am declaring a variable list 1. Okay, list 1 I am making it as 1, 4. 2 values is being stored, and I am asking to print value of list 1. Value of list 1 as list 1. So list 1 is being printed here. Before the function call, and then we are calling my function 4, and I am passing list 1. Okay, I am passing list 1 here, and then I am asking to, so there it will go, it will make all the changes, and I am asking to print value of list 1 after function call, list 1. Okay, this is a program. So we'll see how, when you are making a new value assigned to the parameter which is being passed, how the Python will store and give you the result. Save it. Function as a parameter change. Okay, parameter, when you change, what is happening? Save it, run the program. Okay, now this is the second output. See, the value which is being passed is printed here before any changes, and coming to my list, it is printing the same value. And in my list, after you are assigning the my list to new, you are getting a different value, which is new is being 3, 5. Okay, so 3, 5 is being stored in my list, and then you are appending a value 6, so it becomes 3, 5 and 6. Okay, that's happening there, and it is printing it also. Okay, but when you are coming out in the main or the global area, even though we have passed the mutable list, it is not being reflected. You are not getting the value here. Got it? Now we see in the memory how it is, how the output is coming like this. Okay. So we'll see when a mutable is being passed. Okay. So here you can see we have passed list with two values, 1 and 4. Okay, 0th value is pointing to 1 and the first value is pointing to 4. List 1 is being passed. List 1 is stored in a different memory location. That is the global environment. Okay. Now coming to the, when you have created a function and you are going to that function, the local environment is being created, and the list 1 same as above, like list 1, the same memory location is being shared with the list 1 and my list, and you have the values there, and you have seen the output also, both values received also correct. But next what happens? Okay, when you have created a new, you have a different list in the local, because in the local you are creating a list, so the new will be created in the local environment, and you have two values 1 and 4 there. Okay. The next step, when you are assigning the value of my list is equal to new, when you write that, what is happening here? See this, here the my list is pointing to 40116, and when you are assigning the value of my list is equal to new, the my list is now pointing to the new, so which is 50110. Okay. Now you disconnected the list 1 and my list. It is now two memory locations. Okay. Now coming to the next, we are appending new, which is being reflected in my list but not in list 1, because it is a different memory location. Okay, so now the my list and new is being changed here. And coming to the here all these things we have changes we have made, okay, but it is reflected in my list and new only, and list is being the old one. It is storing the zeros value as 1 and the first value as 4. Coming back to the global environment, when you ask to print, it will print only list 1, which is the unchanged value. Got it? So this is very different. It's actually when you do for another programming language, such a thing is not at all there. Okay, when you're changing in a value in a local environment, if the changes is reflected, it will be all the changes, modification will happen in the same way. But in Python, you can use the value, but when you modify it, it becomes a different value. So that is different from, you have to understand this concept very clearly. Okay. So